Hello, my name is Morgan Costello, and I'm really excited to be recording this video today and talking about the Outdoor Education and Leadership Program at Bucknell. The OEL program is dedicated to fostering an inclusive community that promotes well-being, personal growth, and leadership development. We do this through providing transformative outdoor experiences that empower and challenge our students, with the ultimate goal of folks becoming more responsible global citizens who positively impact their community. We do this through our three main pillars, so this is a good way to think about the OEL program. First is gear and access, so that's a rental center and a bike program. We also have our outdoor adventures pillar, which is off-campus weekly trips, extended break trips, such as over spring break, and a pre-orientation program for incoming first-year students. And then we also have our climbing and community pillar, which consists of rock climbing and some community and team development. Here's an overview of the folks who run this program, hopefully to put some faces to names. So there's the director, Anthony, I'm Morgan, and my colleague, Elena, and we're the three professional staff that run the program. And then super important is our 60-plus student staff and trip leader or volunteer trip leaders who play a really integral part in the success of the OEL program, the success and facilitation. We approach our program, I think this is important to note, through a couple different aspects that we keep in mind across all the pillars and everything we do. So these are really what ground the OEL program. First is safety. We always want to make sure that folks are having fun, but that folks are also doing things in a safe way. So we do a lot of instruction and teaching around that. We also really emphasize developing community and a sense of belonging and a sense of place on campus and connection to central Pennsylvania. We like to think about all aspects of health and wellness, so mental and physical, emotional, social, and many others as we kind of develop and run our programs. And then we also want to emphasize personal growth and leadership development. So a cool thing about this program is that there's a lot of space to try new things you may not have done before. Everything from maybe it's your first time hiking, or maybe you've done a lot of things outdoors but haven't had the chance to do outdoor cooking or whitewater rafting or something like that. So trying some other things as well. And then we're deeply rooted in experiential education. So this is a very place-based, problem-based, and collaborative approach to learning and development for our students. I think what's special about this program is that there's space to try things and succeed, and there's also space to try things and to fail and to debrief that and see what we learn in those spaces as well. So again, here's back to our three main pillars, and now I'll dive a bit more into each of those. So first, under that gear and access, we have our rental and outfitting center, which is open 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And this is a space that has rental gear for pretty much anything you might need to get outside, from kayaks to hammocks to camping gear. We have a ton of things that students can rent out at a very discounted rate to go on their own adventures. And then we also have the Bison Bike program. So that is a free bike rental for a semester that we provide students. And that's through a lottery system. So folks can enter the lottery and then they're randomly selected to receive a bike. And we have about 200 bikes in our fleet. So we're able to provide about that many to students who are interested. Our outdoor adventure pillar consists of a couple things. So we have trips that we run pretty much every week of the semester. Many are on the weekends and some are during the week. And almost all of these programs are free, and they consist of anything from camping and hiking to mountain biking, skiing, whitewater rafting, horseback riding, and then also outdoor yoga, maybe going and watching a sunset at a nice viewpoint, and generally meandering and enjoying the outdoors. Again, almost all these programs are free. Pretty much the only one that isn't would be our skiing and snowboarding. There's a discounted like lift ticket that students purchase. Um, yeah, all the transportation and food and gear and instruction is provided. And almost all these programs again are aimed to be for someone that's never done them before, so very beginner friendly. And then there's also the opportunity to further develop those skills in those spaces as well, if it's not your first time. We have extended break trips, so that's over our fall break and spring break, and then occasionally summer and winter breaks as well. And those are larger expedition style trips. They do have a cost associated with them. And we've gone a ton of different locations. Those change pretty much every year. This spring break, we went to Hawaii. Last spring break, we canoed down the Rio Grande. And we've also gone to Iceland and Utah and backpacking in Patagonia and a ton of different locations all across the world, really. And then we have our Bucknell pre-orientation program, which is for first-year students who come to campus a bit early before regular move-in and go on outdoor experiences to ease their transition into college. And then our third and final pillar is climbing in community. So we have an indoor bouldering wall on campus located near the gym. We have an outdoor bouldering park located on campus as well, near the Grove. And then we just have a really robust and active and fun climbing community on campus. There's a lot of opportunity there. We do a lot of programming at the climbing wall and in those spaces. And then in collaboration with the Adventure Trips program, we have the opportunity for students to go climbing outdoors as well. And then in development is some team building and community programs as well. So there's a lot of ways to get involved if this sounds interesting to you. You could register for a trip or clinic, and those will be on our website, and I can provide a link to that in the description. You can visit the climbing wall or bouldering park. We hire students through on-campus jobs to work at OEL or to be volunteer trip leaders and lead the outdoor experiences for their peers. And then students also can rent a bison bike or other gear, or just come talk to us if they're interested in hiking or going fishing or something like that. And we can make recommendations and make sure they have everything they need to have a good time. So in conclusion, I wanted to provide the email address and the Instagram page so that you can follow up and get in touch if you have questions or want to get involved. And then I also just want to emphasize that Bucknell and the whole Lewisburg community is located in the Susquehanna River Valley, which is a really beautiful area with lots of access to outdoor recreation opportunities. We're right on the river, which is really beautiful. There's a rail trail that goes through town for about 10 miles to the next town, and that's a great space to get outdoors as well. So I hope that when you come to Bucknell, you can have the time and opportunity to explore some of the amazing outdoor opportunities that we have here. Thank you so much.